guys, just a quick little intro to the video. In this week's episode we've got some boiler services. I think they're mostly oil, I think there is one gas. We've also got a little bit of a barn conversion at the end that I just started. So I'll keep this intro short as I can really. The boiler service, and I've just shown little bits of each one. Obviously not shown a whole service because I think that's just a little bit boring. There is some interesting bits in there. There is an interesting boiler as well. So yeah, as I say, if you get any questions, any comments, do let me know. I do read every single comment on the channel, so yeah, if you guys need to know anything or think I can improve or anything like that, let me know down below, and yeah, I'll see you in the video. Just come to do a service on a Worcester, I think it's a 30 CDI. I always change the electrodes on these. When you see the old sight glass, so you want the one with no sight glass, the solid one. That's the Worcester Bosch part number. So yeah, always worth changing them. I can't remember when they changed them. I think it was around 8 years ago possibly. Yeah, so they've probably been in there a while anyway, so probably due for replacement. But yeah, always something worth checking. Because what happens is that glass cracks and then it sets fire to the inside of the case. So yeah, always change them. That's what it looks like with the solid electrodes in. I've just fired this back up. It might need purging through because they ran out of gas. But we'll see if it runs. And we just got to finish our safety checks on it. So I've got Harry with me again this week learning his gas. We've just got the boiler locked on to maximum. Obviously we're just checking to make sure all the ratios and everything are fine. Just to complete our safety checks. Just while Harry's finishing off the safety check, I thought I'd show you this. It's quite interesting. This is the old, well, this would have been the water supply to the school. Okay, it's been converted into a house at some point, but that would have gone to a well in the ground. I don't know if I can open this up. And this would have basically, they've had to pump this, and it had pumped into a tank in the roof. So yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. The plumbers of old. I don't know what's on the rear. Some sort of cistern or drain. Probably been like the overflow or something. I'm not too sure how it would have worked, but it's quite a few years older than me anyway. That. Let's look inside. Oh, they're the old pipes. That's the old pump. Beautiful. So this job was just a call out. It was just an oil boiler breakdown. I'm fairly confident when I attend an oil boiler breakdown that I'm going to be able to fix it first time. I carry most of the bits on the van. I can do longer videos on like oil fault finding and stuff like that if you guys want to see that. So let me know in the comments. As I say, this one is just the oil pump, so dead easy to change on these. It did actually take me longer to take the cupboard down than it did to change the pump. But as I say, I can do more videos on oil boilers if you guys want to see that. Hopefully that's all working now. I do need to change that flexi because it's looking fairly old. And I just need to set the oil pump up. But thank God that is done, because I have to take all the cupboard down to get the burner out. But what it was the pump that was making a hell of a noise. So hopefully we'll leave that running now while we set it up, and hopefully that's all good. To be fair, it was probably just the solenoid, but the pump was actually grinding. You could hear it. It was making a hell of a racket, so I decided to change the whole pump. I just got to set it up with the analyzer now. We've got a 5 valve. The tank probably don't comply. What can you do? Flue. And oh, the flue's up there, sorry. That's the air intake. That's the flue. So you just have to probe that. All good. I've just got to set the boiler back up with the analyzer to make sure the CO2s and everything are fine on it. Just make sure it's on oil. And just let that start up outside, and then I'll set it all back up while the boiler's running. Make sure we've got no other problems. what I always do is set them back up with the analyzer, because obviously because the pump was broken, you've no idea what the pump pressure should be. So I'm just looking to set it all back up. I've only just put this in, so probably looking for CO2 is about 11.5, but you can adjust it on your pump, on your pump. So we'll leave that running a few minutes and see what it comes out at. Right, I've set all the pump up now. To me that's looking pretty bang on, so all should be good. Just got to put the cover back together. So that whole job took me 30 minutes. It probably took me longer to take the cover down and put it back in than to change the pump. So hopefully that's all that was wrong with it. Hopefully we've got a happy warm customer again. Right guys, we've just got to service this old oil Powermatic. You don't see too many of these anymore. I think this thing must date back from about the 60s to be fair, but we'll get it stripped anyway. I don't want to let it get too hot. I'll isolate it. I just want to make sure it works before I start. So we'll get it all stripped down. You can probably hear me a bit better now. We'll make sure it's all good. So I'll start off just by doing a visual inspection of the appliance. It looks, it's probably quite, I don't know if I can hold that up and get the torch in there. It doesn't look too bad inside. Probably can't see too well. But it doesn't look like there's any soot, which is good. So I just strip this down, whip the burner off, change the nozzle, clean all the baffles out and put it all back together. Fire it all up and we'll see what it runs like. It's probably quite dark in there, but you can probably see a little bit better inside now. Doesn't look too bad. So that's obviously the burner. There are your electrodes in there. See, that's your blast tube. We'll clean all this off. Somebody's put a gasket seal on there, so we might replace that or renew that or whatever we need to do. Yeah, we'll strip that down, clean all that up, and then we'll whip the front off. To be fair, you don't come across many of these old boilers anymore. Just show you, obviously servicing all day today, but I just thought I'd show you the interesting bits really. So yeah, that's obviously they're the electrodes on there. That's obviously a control box. That's your fan. That's your oil pump. Obviously we've got 5-valve, shouldn't really be next to the boiler, but that's where it is. It's bonded. At least we've got compression joints on the oil line. So I'll whip this burner off and we'll have a look inside, see how bad it is. I'm just going to check what fuel this is running on. This might be running on gas oil, to be fair. It's quite an old beast. I think the tank is through here. Oh, it says kerosene. Yeah, it is kerosene that's in it. Quite surprised me. I'll check that filter if I dare touch it. Obviously we've got an isolator there. Just to inspect the tank. Looking a little bit rusty. I'll probably just make a note on my service sheet. Basically we're checking the seams and stuff like that. Starting to look a little bit corroded, especially there. Just make a note. It probably feeds, looks like it feeds something else as well. Just show you my toolkit. As I say, you don't need many tools to service an oil boiler. This was just a cheap socket set off Amazon. Comes in quite a decent box. It's like a Von. It's like a Von house one. You don't need expensive tools particularly. I've got a better socket set, but that one does all my oil stuff. Then obviously you just need that multimeter to check the dead. And I've just got a few Allen keys and bits like that in here, and screwdrivers and stuff. So as I say, you don't need many tools. particularly. Basically just a good socket set. You want some Allen keys, because like which one fits the nozzles? That one fits the nozzles, I think. So yeah, as I say, you don't need many tools particularly. It's just a good screwdriver, and obviously you want your bushes and stuff like that, cleaning all the combustion chamber out. I think I've seen these before. They're the old like safety blow-offs, I believe. So I think they're like pre-sprung. You don't really come across many, but I'm sure that's what that is. I don't think it's an auto air vent. I think that's like a early pressure release type thing. You don't really see too many of them. I think it's been changed at some point, obviously. But yeah, they're a special thing. I can't remember the name of them. I'll try and find a link. It's a Pegler. It just says Pegler England. I'm sure somebody will know in the comments. Yeah, it's just interesting. You don't really see many of these old boys anymore. Powermatic. So I definitely didn't fit this one. Just giving it a little bit more air. Quite noisy in here. But it was reading a little bit out on the analyzer. Hopefully that. I've just got this strut back up. You can actually see there flame on this one. So you don't really see many of them. Yeah, that's what it looks like when it's burning anyway. So just need to check it with the analyzer. There is a sample point in the flue that somebody's drilled. Obviously originally it wouldn't have had a sample point. So I'll get the analyzer out and make sure it's all good. Hopefully that's not. I'll have to check this seal around the burner as well, make sure that's got a good seal. So this boiler was just a heat slave service. This was one I actually installed. This is, I know these inside out, to be fair. I've stripped hundreds down in my time. So I'll only show you a few bits really. I have done a full video on an oil boiler service. I'll probably leave a link in the description or something. So yeah, I just show the interesting bits. Yeah, just run through it really fast, so obviously you don't get bored. First thing I always do with an oil boiler is whip the burner out and just check to make sure there's no soot. If you see a little bit of red in the bottom of the combustion chamber, you know it's been burning okay, and you know it's going to be a fairly easy one. If you pull it out, it's absolutely caked in soot, you know you're going to be there hours cleaning it all down. So yeah, whip it out, make sure it's burning correctly, and you know you're going to be alright. I know I should really wear gloves when I work on oil boilers, but I just don't like them. So I'll probably end up with cancer or something, but that's on me. I always make the apprentices wear them. I always wipe my hands down with the Wonder Wipes. But yeah, another point is never touch the tip of a nozzle when you're changing it. It can mess them up. So yeah, keep your hands on the side and don't touch the tip. Another reason you should wear gloves is because obviously on the heat slaves they've obviously been running for the hot water. Even if you let people know you come in, they don't always turn the boiler off. So obviously when you set the baffles out, they're going to be hot. So yeah, just be careful you don't burn yourself. Always clean your condensed trap out on any condensing boiler. It's particularly important, I find, on oil boilers. Obviously if you're cleaning out any customer's basin, make sure you leave absolutely no trace that you've cleaned the condensed trap out. They can leave a little bit of a mess. So yeah, always give the basin a wipe out once you're finished. You don't want to get in trouble, and obviously it looks unprofessional as well. So yeah, give it a good clean out, give it a good rinse out, and always fill it back up when you're done. This is just inside the secondary heat exchanger. They're dead easy to clean really on the Worcesters. You don't want to use any wire brushes or anything like that on them though. I just always give them a wipe down with a damp rag, just to clean them all out. They just basically pull out and then they just push back in. So just give them a wipe down. You don't have to be too aggressive with them as long as they're clean. Yeah, so dead easy to service really. Right guys, just turned up to this barn conversion. It's my first day here today. I always start with my saws and wastes. I've got Harry as well with me today. We're just looking at basically the saw part runs. The builder's told me that the bathrooms are moving. We haven't got, we've got a drawing, but obviously the drawing's as much use as, well, just paper basically, because it's not right now. Basically we've got a soil pipe down here behind all this wood, and the bathroom's going over there. But upstairs, I'll show you upstairs. we've got basically we've got a shower, and it shows the shower over there, but you're never ever going to get a screen in there. I don't know how we're supposed to get a shower in here with these eaves. It just shows like a normal box standard shower tray. I'll show you on the drawing. So I don't know. This is supposed to be en suites along here. There's another one going over there with a bedroom, but I'll have to have a look. I don't know how I'm going to get the shower heads in, because obviously you can barely stand up in here. The only place you can stand up really is in the middle, and obviously that's in the bedroom. So I'll show you the drawings anyway. Basically, these are the drawings. We've got all the 3D bathroom drawings, but me and Harry both stood here looking at it, and we cannot work out how we're supposed to get that in there like that. Obviously, they're not showing a screen, but the head goes over here. But you're not going to have room to stand up. It's literally that, because that gap there is like 4 foot. So obviously they've got the head right in this corner. So I don't know. I'll have to have a word with the builder. Obviously we can start putting our soil pipes in, but to me that's not going to work. But so it only works the drawings, but you can see problems before you even start. So I don't know how we're going to get these in here. I've just spoken to the builder on the phone. He says the clients want something like that, but he's going to come out and have a look anyway. But I just say to him, like, you're not going to be able to stand up in the showers. So I mean, the downstairs is not a problem. Obviously, it's just these two upstairs. And the other thing is, there's 3 bathrooms going in, and I reckon there's going to be a combi. So I'll have a word with him about that as well. Obviously, all I do is work off the spec when I price the jobs. I don't really come out and look at them. But yeah, we'll have a look anyway. I'll have a word with him, see what's going to be best. But all it's going to be is like a holiday let thing. So as I say, there's a bathroom going over there, a downstairs cloakroom, shower room thing, where all that insulation is. The boiler goes on the other side. There's 2 bedrooms upstairs. They are actually pricing, he tells me now, to put a mezzanine floor up here as well, to make this a bigger bedroom. Hence why they've moved the bathroom to over there. So there's 2 bathrooms upstairs, or en suites. Downstairs shower room over there. 2 bedrooms. There's a wood burner going over there, and then the boiler and everything's through the other side. And this is just like a kitchen diner. So yeah, I've had a word with him. He's coming out, and I'll have a word with him. So as I say, I always start with my saws and my waste, because that's I always find the hardest bit. So it's just a case of working out where everything's going. Luckily, all these toilets and that are in units, so we don't have to be too accurate, but they need to be there or thereabouts. So this wall's been insulated, that's why they left the soil pipe so far off. So if we space the clips and run basically straight along there and then across. But we need the T up there because it needs to be vented. Right guys, just had the build around. We've sorted everything out really. They're insulating these walls off, so that shower waste is going to have to run across, because we can't, these are trusses, so we can't drill notch or cut these in any way. So I've just phoned the supplier up for the shower trays, and they don't know where the waste are coming, so obviously that's quite critical to get that in the right place. So we've been upstairs and marked out where all the showers are going. I don't know what, we've obviously got 3 showers going in here. I said it's probably not the best to feed it off a combi. It's having a heat slave 2 in, outside now. I thought it was going in the cupboard. But anyway, the shower going over there where all that rubbish is. And then there's 2 showers going upstairs. So we've marked them all out on the floors. Let me just get up here without falling. So we've got shower here. This is obviously not the studding, we've just laid this down. So shower going up here with a valve here. The head as high as we can. There's our stack pipe. We're venting it this side. We're going to run through here. Stud wall here and units. So toilet here, basin. And then over here we've got another ensuite over here. So the stack pipe, this is on the bit where it's basically to outside. So they're going to box it in or whatever they need to do. We're just going to get our stack pipe dropped through. So stack pipe coming up over here somewhere where that bit of kingspan is, and then we've got a toilet, basin, and boy, that bit of chipboard plywood, that's going to be the shower. A little bit bigger than the head will be this side, so you should just be able to stand up, but that's the best we can do. See, that's how it is on the drawings, but I was just a little bit concerned that you wouldn't be able to stand up at all. So, as I say, we really need the shower trays, or to know which shower trays they are, so obviously bring the waste in the right joist. So obviously we can't cut these, so obviously if it's like a JT one, it'd be 130 from the corner, so we need to work out which one to bring it in. But at least now we know what we're doing. We're doing it all in copper, so the hot and colds and the heating will run in the east. We'll have to lag all them, and there'll just be drops for the radiators. The builder did say they're pricing to put a mesh floor over here to trim all these out, so there might be a couple more radiators to go in over there yet. But yeah, that's pretty much the job. So at least now we know what we're doing. It's always best to find out what you're doing before you start, and obviously we don't want to get anything wrong. But yeah, it should be alright up here, to be fair. So it looks all fairly decent quality stuff they're having put in. So at least we can crack on, get all our soils in, all our waste, and then we can start on the hot and colds then. Right, I've got this soil pipe all in now. I've leave that tee off because they're going to put me slate in for the stack. This is going to be the toilet. These are going in units anyway, as I said. So I've left this hopefully low enough to get under the plinths, but it's as low as I can get it anyway. So hopefully that's all good. Basin will boss into this somewhere. So we've got toilet here somewhere. Basin's going over here, and then shower near that wood. But as I say, I need the shower trays to work out where the waste is going. So that's as much as we're going to get done today, because obviously we lost quite a bit of time sorting everything out. So what I'll probably do is end the video here, because it's probably getting quite long now, and then we'll pick this job up. So I'm probably not back here for a few days anyway. So yeah, we'll pick this job up another time and we'll run through it all then. But yeah, it's just all about getting your head around it. First day is always a bit of a mess, really. Yeah, as I say, it shouldn't be a bad job now, really. Hopefully we should get some good footage on it.